Hey guys, I had a request for doing a video on how to do our math stations. And I have math stations that have been sent home for all grades, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So I'm going to do a little video that shows you how to do this. So the first thing is you want to find the recording sheet. So there's 3 games that come with this. This one is called Odd and Even Numbers. So this is a second grade station. And inside, there's a matching game, and then there's clip cards, and then on the other side, it's a math sort. And then you'll have 3 different stacks of cards that are paper clipped together. It doesn't matter which one that you start with. This one is the clip cards because it has A and B. Because it's second grade, they're usually only going to get 2 or 3 options. As you get into third, fourth, and fifth, they may have 4 options. It may just be 2. It depends on the station itself. So you have to really read carefully because sometimes, especially for the third graders, there's going to be more than one answer that could be correct. In this case, it's odd and even numbers. So I'm simply looking at, is this an even number or is this an odd number? So I'm going to count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ideally, we'd like to get to the point where we don't have to count individually, but we can look at it and group it in our heads. And everybody's going to group it a different way. You might see 4 here and 3 here. You might see 6 here and 1 here. But you want to be able to group it without counting and then decide, is that an even number or is it an odd number? An even number can be divided completely in half. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. All of those are your even numbers, and your odd numbers are what we call the double plus 1. So 2 plus 2 is 4. You have to add an extra 1, and so that makes it an odd number. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and so on. So in this case, we have 7. So that's going to be an odd number. So I'm going to come over to my recording sheet. I'm going to find the one that says clip cards, and it has A or B as your selection. This is card number 2. So on number 2, I'm going to put B for odd. And it looks like over here they have more than one option as you get into the ones that are higher. So let's do an example for that one. Okay, so this is number 18. Select the even numbers. So an even number ends, the last number, the number in the ones place, can be cut directly in half. So 8, so 18, half of 18 is 9. So that's an even number. 3 can't be cut in half. 21, we can cut 20 in half, but we can't cut 1 in half. So that's an odd number. 24, we can cut 20 in half and we can cut 4 in half. So that is an even number. So when I come over to my answer sheet, I'm going to find number 18 and I'm going to color in B and D for that answer. So that is the clip cards. Another station is the matching. It's the biggest station because it takes up two paper, this one and this one, 2 pages. You're going to have two sets of cards within this. So the first thing that the kids are going to have to do is take and find all the numbered cards. And I have mine, I believe, already mostly taken care of. And then you're going to have the letter cards. You're going to find the card number and then find the matching letter. So for example, this is number 3. It says find the equation that matches the groups. An equation is just a number problem. 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's an equation. So in this case, we have 4 in this box and 4 in this box. So I'm looking for something that looks like maybe 4 plus 4 equals 8. And so as I go through here, I'm going to look, and it's easier. What most of them like to do is to spread them out, all the answer cards. And I'm still looking, and I haven't found it yet. Oh, here we go. 4 plus 4 equals 8. So I'm going to take letter R and number 3, and I'm going to put them together and lay them off to the side. I have suggested to the kids to put all of these together first. And then once you get them all matched up, then fill in your answer sheet. That way, if you've made a mistake, you don't have to sit there and erase. You just pair them up and then do that at the end. The last one is the sorting one. I like it the best. So on the sorting one, you're going to have a card that says category. And you may have one category, you may have 3 or 4 categories. In this case, since we're doing odd and even numbers, I have 2 categories. Category 1 is odd and category 2 is even. So I'm going to lay those out in front of me. Let's see if I can turn this down so you can see. Okay, so I'm going to lay those out in front of me, and then I'm going to take each of these cards. So this is number 21. Is this number odd or even? And I'm going to put it under my odd column. Here's another one, number 5. That is also odd. 24 is even. So I'm just going to continually match them up, odds or evens. And once I have finished all of that, I'm going to come over to the math sort, which is on the back, and you have 2 categories. The first category, the odd ones, I'm going to go and find letter K. So here's letter K, and I'm going to mark that as category 1 because it's odd. So I just circle in 1. These stations are all exactly the same. The only difference is the name of the station. They all have the matching. They all have the clip cards. They all have the sort. So once you do one, you're pretty well able to do all the rest of them. And that is your math station. So it's a really good way to practice, especially if you do not have access to something like IXL. It's a way to keep a hands-on learning so that you're not just answering a question in a book over and over and over. Usually the kids enjoy doing this. They especially like to do it with a partner. So parents, this is a good chance to sit down and do this with your kids, or kids, you can do it with your siblings. So I hope that clarified what the math station is. If you need any further questions answered, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.